What's your name?
My name's Tony R. Blankenship Jr. TJ.
TJ, where are you from?
I come from Dunbar, West Virginia, and I enjoyed it there. My house had burned down and everything, and I'd lost where I lived, and then I ended up at homeless shelters, and I ended up to here. And I went out to LA. I experienced like LA and all that stuff at the time. I've been homeless for about 10 years now, and I enjoyed it. Actually, I enjoyed it out there. And
I'm sorry.
I had a real good time doing all that stuff, and then I ended up back here, and I was just trying to figure out what I was going to do. Basically.
Why'd you come back here? You came from California?
I like this place. I actually like this place when I came back here. I went back to my dad's, where my dad was staying at in Ohio, and then I came back here after I left there. So I actually liked this place when I was here, when I came back here.
And what would you say have been some of the hardest parts about experiencing homelessness?
Hardest parts? Well, the hardest parts are finding places to sleep and trying not to get put in jail or hurt by other people while being homeless is the hardest part about being homeless.
So there's a lot of, like, you've received a lot of harassment from the police and whatnot?
Not all the time, but like any time, there's just all kinds of different things. Like, you gotta watch the no trespassing signs and all that stuff, and you have to listen to what they tell you if you are homeless. Or you could actually end up just not even like getting, you could end up really fucked and homeless instead of just out here and doing your thing within, especially on the West Coast. On the West Coast, it's that bad like that. And New York is pretty much that bad too. So. And
you said the other thing was like safety, right?
Yeah, the safety issues of the other people, and like doing the work with the homeless, and then finding out which ones are actually mentally ill, and then getting them help they need and get them signed up for stuff is the main issue.
And what's been your experience with like social workers or social services?
I had experience with them up here at the Hope Center, and at the Hope Center, they did a really good job at the Hope Center. And I'm not really addicted to drugs or anything like that, but the Action Center does a really good job with the homeless and with all that, and with getting them worked out and saving them, really gets them put in places and everything else. Along with the Hope Center, I think they do that in conjunction now. But either way, yeah, it's a really great. This is a really great city for homeless people. Whenever they end up here, and they get them taken care of, they get them put in the places correctly and everything like that. So.
Oh, cool! I'm happy to hear that. So you've had mostly good experiences with social services?
Yeah, I've had actually really good experiences in this city itself. This city, the whole county, I think, is one of the best counties in the state, and I'm pretty sure. They do a really good job of getting everybody in their homes and all that stuff, and getting them, even they're from other places. I have found out that they've even, most of the time after like a year to 3 years, they actually get them back to where they were supposed to be, where they actually live and everything, get them housed and all that stuff. So they do really good work.
Cool. Where do you usually end up sleeping?
I usually sleep anywhere it's got a little bit of cover right now, and
so like right outside of buildings usually?
Yeah, where there's actually a little bit of cover and everything is how I do that. And I actually I was aiming for the Catholic Action Center is where I was going to go, but I think they're completely full, so I just hang out right here. That's exactly what I do. And I'm actually just waiting on somebody to come and supposed to bring me something or send me something, and then I'm actually going to be leaving and go back to my home. That's what I was going to do.
Cool, I hope you get back home.
Yeah, that's actually what I'm going to do. But either way, this is about one of the best counties that you're going to find in Kentucky that does that stuff and gets that stuff done right. What's the truth?
Has stealing been an issue for you? In terms of like other people stealing from you?
Well, sometimes I've had my stuff come amiss several times, But like, I think that truthfully, the main issue that there really was actually, yeah, stealing was a major issue. It ended up being a major issue with a lot of things, and then actually that is how that worked correctly. You lose your stuff a lot out here. It's either when you go to jail you lose your stuff, if you go to jail for panhandling or anything, and then you got to turn around and then do that some more just to get your stuff back. And then after you get your stuff back, you end up just doing the same thing. It's like a repetitive cycle. So I actually enjoy you know, coming out here. Was the truth. I enjoy being out here with the people a lot. So that's actually what I like to do. So I don't know what I'm gonna do.
You said panhandling. Panhandling's criminalized here?
You can end up, if you don't pay the fine, you end up with like 3 to 4 days. You can end up like up to like 3 to 4 days in jail, a week at the most. I think.
Damn, just for panhandling?
Yeah, just for panhandling. Just for panhandling.
So like a big topic I'm interested in is like the criminalization of the homeless. Would you speak about that for a second, like in regards to panhandling and stuff and how it's affected you?
Well, truthfully, it hasn't really affected me at all, and actually, honestly, not the least little bit has it affected me in the least little bit. It is the truth, and I tell you what I know this, and what I was really doing was trying to get that stuff done right, is what I was doing. And I was actually out here panhandling is what I was doing, and I was working on this stuff. And either way, I did not get in trouble this time, and I would end up with all my stuff and getting some food in my belly tonight is what I will end up doing. Very happy. Either way, I think I'm gonna get a job with a charitable organization doing some work back where I come from. Like this is what I'm gonna end up doing. So that is what I come to the conclusion of. And you have any other questions for me?
I was just gonna say, anything else you want to add or talk about?
Anything else I wanted to add or talk about? Not really. That's pretty much my story and how it is out here, and I enjoy this. I enjoy this stuff fully. Actually, doing stuff like this. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Here.